Welcome back to my Final Fantasy IX walkthrough, my friends. So, Garnet is about to become the new queen, and Zidane is rather depressed because he won't be able to hang out with her anymore. Still, we're going to pay Garnet a visit. Before you do that, make sure you get that letter from Steelskin. And we're going to head towards Alexandria Castle. There's a few items for us to pick up in the castle grounds, as well as a Stelazzio coin, the Leo coin. So it's very important for you not to miss it. There's also a Phoenix Pinion that technically you could have picked this up on the very start of the game, but I forgot and I only remembered now. It really didn't make a difference. It didn't take long for these two to start a fight, huh? I'm surprised because Freya seems like a rather calm person and she has a very good judgment skills, so I'm surprised that she immediately wanted to pick a fight against Amaranth. I mean, think about it, Freya was the person who sided with Beatrix, even though Beatrix killed a bunch of her friends, just for the sake of Dagger and everyone else, so yeah. Now if Dagger asked for the guards to give special treatment to Zidane and everyone else, why does Steiner keep treating them like trash? Except for Vivi. It doesn't really seem right. Those are all very good points. To be fair, if she only has a few guards, including the Alexandrian soldiers who flee after they get struck once, and the Pluto Knights, I dare say that she will actually need Zidane and the rest of the crew to protect her. But anyway, there's a few items for us to pick up here. A little bit of money on this side, make sure you get that. And we can also change Freya's equipment. A bit later on we're going to have an optional boss fight, which is very hard to complete at this point in the game, but it's the last chance that we'll have to fight this certain optional boss. So even though my characters are clearly underleveled for that boss fight, we'll still have to manage. But that's for when we come back to the castle and not right now. But we'll have to use this party of Freya, Amaranth, Vivi and Zidane. There's a couple more items to pick up here. And there's another one, but I'll pick it up on my way back, because first we're going to get the Leo Stelazzio coin, which is right here in the corner. So just check here. There we go. Leo started a fight with cancer. Well, I wish Leo the best of luck, honestly. And now we can go visit Dagger. We just have one more item to pick up. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name of that stone, but it's there for you to pick up. That's really nice of you, Steiner, come on. Doesn't seem that Steiner is very friendly even to 6-year-olds, huh? It's like Steiner takes a few steps back here and pretty much decides to treat everyone just as badly as he treated them at the start of the game, at least when it comes to Zidane and everyone else, aside from Vivi. He still has respect for Vivi. Then he gets better again. I guess Steiner must really respect Vivi's black magic, because to be fair, everyone else worked just as hard to save Dagger and he still treats them like garbage. Is she going to give one of those hand salutes that the royal family in the UK like to give? Ta-ta! I'm still surprised that no one wants to take one last swing at Beatrix or something for everything that she did. I guess everyone is very kind-hearted in this game. That was a very short meeting. And now we get to witness one of the most hilarious scenes in the game. Kind of random too, but hey, it all works out. Feel bad for Eiko though. To be fair, it didn't take her long to fall in love with Zidane. I don't quite understand why Marcus is here, but he just seems to tag along with Blank all the time. Maybe he will be Blank's wingman or something, and he's here to talk about all of Blank's wonderful traits. Of course, Steiner has to appear. And just like that, they fall in love. This line from Marcus is just so random. Usually when a character gets a nosebleed in a game like this, it means that, well, they're horny. But I don't know why that happened to Marcus. Maybe he was just stressed or nervous. That can trigger a nosebleed as well. That entire scene was just funny. Right, take it out on Vivi, why don't you? Or Vivi can catch a break. Eiko is very good with nicknames, isn't she? So yeah, everyone's going to Treno now, and there's a lot of things to do there. Yes, let's all leave Alexandria in such a dangerous time, where Kuja could strike at any moment. Seems like a good idea to go play some cards and have a little bit of fun. You wouldn't think it, but we're advancing nicely in this game because it's been such a long time since we were back here. Whenever these two appear, it's never a good sign. I'm sure she will welcome you with open arms. To be fair, there's no reason why she shouldn't welcome Zorn and Thorn back as well. I mean, she forgave Beatrix, everyone forgave Beatrix, so why wouldn't they forgive Zorn and Thorn as well? I mean, they were just following orders too. I really don't know why Beatrix gets this privileged treatment in comparison to other characters like Zorn and Thorn and the Queen. Seems everyone kind of pays for what they did, except for her. Oh well. It would be nice if this was the last time we saw these two, but we'll see them again, unfortunately. Feel so bad for Vivi and how he just gets bossed around by Eiko, but to be fair, he could just say no. Nah, I'm good. We don't need to worry about the card tournament, honestly. Even if you don't play cards all that much, with the cards that you picked up along the game, honestly, even with just the two Eidolon cards that we picked up in the previous segment, we'd probably be just fine in this tournament. But there's a lot of things to do before we even start the card tournament. For instance, we're going back to Dali, because we can finish the coffee side quest at this point. We're also going to head back to Vivi's home in Quan's dwelling so that we can find out more about Vivi's past. And we're also going to battle a monster in the weapon shop, and we're also going to the auction house because we can bid on a dark matter, and we want it, of course. But there's going to be a lot of action, of quick time events or active time events. And after this quick time event, you're going to be given the option to allow Vivi to go back to his home or stay in Treno. Make sure you send Vivi back to his home. By doing that, you'll be able to learn a little bit more about Vivi's past. So now we know how Vivi got to Alexandria. So yeah, make sure he stops by home. Oh, and we're also going to give a few Stelazzio coins to the Queen. Apparently, he's very well known in these parts. There is that wanted poster in the inn with Amaranth's picture on it. Well, your grandpa was right, but to be fair, it wasn't like Amaranth was doing anything. But by doing this we can get a new item, a Chimera Armlet, so we want that. First let's deliver the 3 other Stelazzio coins that we have to the Queen. Yes, quite right. I put it in my home at Downton Abbey. Isn't it funny how there's actually people like this in the real world? They just like to talk about how much money they have and how much they spend, and then they still complain about how much everything costs. You know, first world problems, I guess. This is so creepy.
Hey little girl, want some candy?
You really don't, you could just leave her alone. I like how Queen just walks in randomly. We haven't seen Queen since the Outer Continent when she was fishing with that Mughal. There's really no explanation how Queen got here in the first place. So yeah, just like that we get an item which is rather nice. No one even asks Queen how it got here. They're just like, oh hey Queen, how are you? Now before we start this battle, make sure you have the jelly ability equipped that will prevent petrify, because this monster that we're going to face can petrify Zidane. Also make sure that you put Zidane in the back row so that he doesn't take too much damage in case he's a little bit under level. And this is a very good opportunity for you to start using the Thievery ability. I'm going to use it. I'm thinking that at this point Zidane will be able to deal a decent amount of damage, considering I've been stealing in pretty much every single fight since the start of the game. Let's finish this guy. Let's see how much damage Thievery will deal. That's a pretty decent amount for this point in the game. Like I said, the more you steal, the higher the damage. So make sure you keep stealing, and you can make Zidane a powerhouse. If you keep stealing, eventually you might even be able to deal 9,999 damage, but you'll have to steal a lot in order for that to happen. Like I said, I've at least attempted to steal in pretty much every single random fight that I've had since the start of the game. And even by doing that, Thievery is dealing almost 2000 damage, which at this point in the game is good, but obviously in the long run we want Thievery to deliver a lot more damage. And now there's one more thing for us to do. We're going to visit the auction house. And once again, I'm not going to show myself bidding on every single item. I'm going to wait for the end of the bidding process until I make my bidding. But I'll cut out the waiting time because the bidding process takes a while. Okay, let's bid on the rat tail. We can sell it to a guy in Treno. I'll probably do that in the next segment. Or in the segment after that, because we're going to be in Treno for a while, so it's all good. Okay guys, this is the item that we were looking for, the dark matter. Make sure you bid on this item. If you don't have enough money, then make sure that you avoid the other rewards and focus on the dark matter, because you really want that dark matter. And when you go back to Dali, you'll be able to get 30,000 gil. So you can always go to Dali first and then come to the auction house and bid on the dark matter then. And that's going to be it for this segment, my friends. In the next segment we're going to reunite with Vivi, go back to Dali, and then we'll come back to Treno. There's going to be a lot of things for us to do. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later for the next part. Take care.